comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So we've been on the search for a childcare centre for my daughter, and it's been pretty bleak, to be honest with you. Like, there's some absolute shitholes, and they're so fucking expensive. For 3 days a week, you're looking at between $1,750 a month and $2,400 a month. And there is a big difference between the $1,700. Well, we went and saw a $1,500 one. 3 days a week, $1,500. My daughter was literally shaking her head, saying, "No, I don't want to go here." "No, Dada, no." And I'm like, "Shut up, kid. It's $1,500 a week. You can learn to love this." And it's only for like fucking 4 or 5 months. It's just to get you out of my hair a few days a week for a few months before you start school in September. But then there's like summer holiday, which is like June, July, whatever. We'll go back to India. You can go to India for that. So we go in there. She's shaking her head, and it's just... it looks like a jail for kids run by people who have like answered an ad. You know, like I've been getting them on my fucking feed for some reason. Earn $2,400 a month as a sperm donor. I don't know exactly how that works over a long period. You can pretty much repopulate the planet with one load. And I think there's a limit on how many kids you can foster, or what is it called? Test tube with your jizz. Unless you're the doctor doing the insemination, that's what it is. Unless you're the doctor doing the insemination, because then you can just trade it out for your own jizz, and then fucking the sky's the limit. But I think legally there's a ceiling. So I don't know how you're earning $2,400 a month. Maybe you earn it in the first month and then that's it. Then it's game over. But people are clicking on that, and my algorithm seems to think I am a good candidate. But that psyche is the same psyche of the people who were running that childcare centre that I went into. The white lady who opened the door, she looked as jaded as any human being I've ever seen in my entire life. She couldn't even muster a smile. She forgot how old my daughter was. She's like, "Your daughter's 3?" And I'm like, "She's 5. She doesn't even look 3. Just look down at her. Just bend your head and look down." Does she look like she's stumbling around? She was speaking to you before. Coherently, lucidly. That's not what 3-year-olds do. Do you even know what 3-year-olds do? But she looked jaded. Then there was a dude, which I'm not fond of in childcare centres. In fact, I'm 100% against that. I just don't understand how a male can put up with kids all day, every day. Not just like your own kids, not even your own kids. We're not built for that. So that guy, when I see that guy, and he was sitting on a chair just staring into the distance like he had just done 6 tours of Vietnam, I'm like, this probably isn't the place, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper than the other places. But my daughter was adamant she didn't want to go there, and so I took her to another place today. And I was adamant this was not going to be the place, but we were running out of options. I was like, all right, fuck, I'll go have a look at it. I'm not going to do it, but fucking, we have no options. Let's see what it is. And I went down there, and it was actually fucking good. This is what I like. I walk in, and the lady is some Asian lady. That immediately ticks a box for me. Asian ladies, they have the finger on their pulse of everything. They know what's going on. She was managing the whole thing. I'm like, that's good. That's a good start. Asian lady with an accent. Then I was speaking to her and she was great. I look in the classroom. I'm like, that's pretty cool setup. They had a nice big outdoor area. And then she's like, would you like to speak to the teacher. And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to have a little chat. And that's when I pretty much got sold, because the teacher that walked over to me was a Somalian Muslim lady. Now, I don't know if you have been following the news in Minneapolis and the Somalians and the dodgy daycare center bullshit they're going through, the fraud and all that sort of stuff. But it's big news over here. Like, they're saying almost $1 trillion worth of fraud. The Somalians have stolen almost $1 trillion worth of childcare fraud. That's what's happened. The entire GDP of the USA is 29 trillion, so that's a big chunk. $1 trillion. It's pretty much 5 times the GDP of Somalia. But $1 trillion worth of fraud from the Somalians. The next thing you're going to hear is, we need to recoup this money from Somalia. We're going to overtake their oil fields. We're going to run them for them. There's huge things going on in Somalia at the moment anyway. But the other thing I think they might do is, like, all this fraud money, this $1 trillion that got stolen, fraud, NGO, even Elon Musk, that piece of shit. He's starting to fucking talk about NGOs now. So all this fraud money, what I think they're going to do is they're going to say all this money had been stolen out of, like, the system. We need a huge injection of money to make up for everything that was stolen, which is, well, buy some Bitcoin if that happens. Anyway, this lovely Somalian Muslim lady walks over and I'm like, I'm in. You don't even need to say anything to me. I'm 110 in. She was so nice. She knew what she was doing. Like, they're under the pump now, the Somalians. They will not be making any fucking mistakes. They won't be pushing any boundaries. It will be like, kid, do this. Everything's under control. So I'm like, all right, the Somalian lady has my kid. I'm doing it. I'm happy with that. She looked far more nurturing than the... She looked fucking way more nurturing than the jaded, dart-smoking lady at the other place. The lady at the other place looked like fucking you were handing your kid over to my mom. It's like when my mom fucking got a job as a cleaner and our place was a fucking zoo. It's like, what are you doing? Maybe just fucking run the vacuum over our place a couple of times. Anyway, I think we've found a place. She's going in on Tuesday, next Tuesday. She could probably go in tomorrow, but fucking, I want to save some of that cash. And now, once that starts, like, right to the fucking limit every week. There is so many things coming out now. Car, insurance, internet, childcare, rent, electricity, gas, my kids' gymnastics, the swimming, it's fucking chaos. Anyway, I've got my SSN coming as well. Well, I need to go to an appointment, but that looks like it's all getting sorted out. So it looks like the Boyle will be fucking out and about very soon. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.